Ta-da!
Hello gamers, Matthew here from Grey Army Gaming in lovely sunny Lund, Sweden. For this episode of Massive Uprisings, we have our final part in this series about our desert terrainscape. And we've finished off everything now, and I thought I would go ahead and give you a shot of how everything turned out. What we did here was we didn't put any more sand or any more detail on. I thought there was enough rough stuff on here as it is. But we did go ahead and add 5 different colors to these. So we did just a series of different dry brushings. It might be a little bit difficult to pick it up on the camera right now, but we went from a darker brown to a reddish brown, and then we went into a brown and a yellow, and from there we went into just a straight yellow and ochre, and then we finished it off with something of a flesh color to kind of get it to pop on the edges. So really, I think it turned out pretty nice. Like I said, we hit the tops of these areas with a little lighter colors, and we dry brushed with downstrokes in order to kind of mimic the weathering that would have happened from above and going downward. So this is how these products or these pieces of terrain turned out, and I'm pretty happy with them. I'm gonna try to set up a table here now with some other terrain features and see how it looks when we get everything put together. But all in all, it was a pretty decent project, pretty simple to do, super cheap, a lot of fun, and I think it looks pretty decent. So we'll go ahead now and set the table up and show you some examples of how this can look when we have other terrain set up on the board. All right, and here we have a table set up for a fantasy battle, and we spread out our terrain a little bit, and we've added some green bushes to get a little more color there to make it pop. But let's just give you a little shot here now how everything looks. The thing about fantasy terrain is you don't want to have too much, you want to keep it fairly spread out. So the number of pieces we have here, the 8 pieces, seem to be a good number for a fantasy table. And that green really looks nice, gives it some nice contrast to the oranges there. Really nice pop. So this will be a good board. We're going to use this in an upcoming Wars of the Old World episode, so you can look for that coming up soon. And if you would like to follow along in the process of how we made this, and you can go back and watch earlier episodes, of course, to see some of the other steps that we went through. Well, there you go, a brief overview of the final product and how it can look when we set it up on a table. Thanks for joining us here today at Grey Army Gaming for the future of fantasy.